It's our week 5 weekend update video. This is Professor Hassey. This is Business 630, week number 5. And I want to welcome everybody and hope you're having a good midsummer or early summer weekend. The subject of our video today is to introduce our course assessment case, Electrics Incorporated, which is a major part of your study this summer. It's worth 25% of your course grade, and we're introducing it. It's now posted to Blackboard. It is due Sunday, July 30th, with no extensions. The work is due on the 30th, and I cannot give extensions because my grades need to be posted within the next day or so after the 30th to the College of Business. So let's see where we stand right now as we complete our week number 5. You are working on case number 2, which is a good practice for this Electrics Incorporated course assessment case, preparing the capital budget risk analysis. It's due Sunday, excuse me. Today's date is Saturday, July 8th. It's due Sunday, July 9th at midnight, which represents 20% of your course grade, and all the work should be in the spreadsheet format provided. Then this week, we are getting into week 6, financial statement analysis, but you won't have any work this coming week. Your next schedule work will be posted on July 17th to July 23rd, where you'll be doing a financial statement analysis of the company you selected at the beginning of our course, but more on that as we head into next week, week 6. This will be a good week. Coming up is to download and review the electrics case. Since it's fresh in your mind from your work in case number 2, now's the time to download that. It's a little bit more elaborate, a little bit more work. You're doing a paper and a spreadsheet analysis. So this next week will be a good time to download that and review and prepare it. So we have, after this week, we have 2 grades left in our course. Case number 3, 20%, and the assessment paper, which we're introducing today, 25%. So here is the file folder for the case assessment. Again, I strongly recommend you to download the files that explain the case and the rubric and get to know the case and begin to review it. This is a checklist of the items you need to prepare and understand for this case. And here is what your spreadsheet format will look like. In your spreadsheet, you will have 9 tabs. And so this is something you should begin to review and look at as you prepare to complete this case. On Saturday, July 22nd, we will have a review session via Zoom at 10 in the morning to go over any issues or any review that you would like in preparation of this case. Saturday, July 22nd at 10 a.m. If you can't make it, that review session will be recorded and posted to Blackboard. So there's something to prepare for that. Again, today's date is July 8th, so you have 2 weeks to prepare and review this case prior to the review session. I strongly urge you not to wait until the last week of the class, the week of June 24th, to do this case. As you'll find out as you read it, it requires some time and preparation and research. So let's take a look at the specifics of this case in this week number 5 weekend video. This electrics case is required by the MBA program as part of our accreditation as an MBA program for all students to complete. And what it is, it basically represents what a student of an MBA program in finance should be able to accomplish as part of this study. It's a combination of a APA formatted paper where you're going to answer a series of questions in APA format, and a preparation and analysis of a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet is looking over two different product options that this company, Electrix Incorporated, has. Your job is to review these two project options, do a capital budget analysis, and then recommend and review and interpret the results of that analysis. And that's what this case is about. This is the case. What I urge you to do is to download either the PDF or the Word file and review it, especially this week. Because remember, your capital budgeting review is just recently completed in your case number 2. So while it's fresh in your mind, I would download and read this and take notes. The case involves a company that wants to put together a car conversion kit. In other words, convert an automobile from gasoline powered engine to an electric power engine. That's what this company is trying to determine, to create a product in a market to convert gasoline powered cars to electric powered cars. You're going to help the company in this decision. The analysis is to answer these 8 questions. This is what your paper is all about. You're going to answer these 8 questions based on your analysis of this topic and of the data. Remember, there's no pre-formatted spreadsheet in this problem, like there was in case number 2. You are to create the spreadsheet. Now, naturally, the good thing about this is you have various templates that you can copy, notably case number 2 and our work involving case number 2. You can copy those templates and adapt them to this particular case, which will make things a lot easier. But you are to create the spreadsheet for this case. So what I urge you to do is to work on the spreadsheet naturally first, and then answer these 8 questions in your analysis for the paper. And here's the data and the analysis information for this case. Company has to produce 2 different products. They have to choose between the product with a controller of CTX13 and a controller of MT78. Those are the 2 products you're going to be doing a capital budget analysis for. Here's the data for those 2 products. The product is made up of an electric motor and a controller. What the difference in the 2 products is the controller that drives the electric motor, and that's the subject of the analysis. But you're going to be doing an entire capital budget on what's the return on these 2 different products under the average or base case scenario. And then you're going to be doing a scenario analysis on the weak and strong versions of this case. And you're also going to be doing a sensitivity analysis of these products. So the job is to get organized and understand all the variables, put those variables into a spreadsheet analysis, and do the return analysis. The only major difference in this case is a couple of things compared to case number 2. First of all, there's a warranty on the products. If any of you have ever purchased products before, many products have warranties. Warranties are an additional cost by the manufacturer to guarantee safety and return for their consumers. Well, there's a warranty here. There's 2 warranties, a warranty on the electric motor and a warranty on the controller. These warranties are 5 years, 5-year warranties. So if I buy this product in 2023, it's on warranty to 2028. If I buy the product in 2024, it's on warranty through 2029. The problem for you as the analysis is to make sure how you incorporate those 5 years of warranty costs in the year that the product is produced. And if you read this case, that requires some present value calculations to determine that warranty costs. This product or projects are both 8 years in length. They require an investment of $17 million over the next 8 years of a return. So their year zero investment is 17 million. Now here's another thing that's a little bit different in this case, which is a little bit more real world. In case number 2 and all our discussions of capital budgeting, we used straight line depreciation. In this case, you use what is called marginal accelerated cost recovery depreciation, MACRS. This is for a project life of 8 years with a 0 salvage value. Your job is to locate the MACRS depreciation schedule for this type of asset and determine the depreciation schedule on your own. So it's not straight line, it's MACRS. MACRS is used by many corporations as a depreciation schedule. The net working capital is 10%. The financing, here you are going to have to calculate the weighted average cost of capital. With a capital structure with a debt to equity ratio of 1.5, a tax rate of 25%, a cost of debt that's in the high range of this company. You have to determine what you think the cost of debt is. The cost of equity with a fixed interest or risk-free interest rate, 10-year United States Treasury yield of 4%, a market premium rate of 9.5%, and a beta of 1.25. So you have to determine the capital structure, the after-tax cost of debt, the cost of equity, or the required rate of return on investment for equity shareholders to determine the WACC. The inflation rate in this problem is 4% across the line for both revenue and expenses. You should know what that means based on your case number 2 work. So as you can see, there's a little bit more detail, a little bit more changes, a little bit more thinking involved in this case. Your job is to put it all together and answer these 8 questions in your paper. And that's what you're doing is a return analysis. You're helping the Electrics Incorporated determine whether they should invest in one type of product or another, and you're doing the analytical analysis of that, and then you're going to interpret that information in your paper. Here's the rubric and how I'll be grading this paper. So please take a look and a gander at that. What you are allowed to miss and not miss to get a good grade. Remember, this is 25% of your course grade, using many of the materials we've used up to this point in the first 5 weeks of our course. Risk review and analysis and capital budgeting analysis, all incorporated in this case. So again, I hopefully you'll download these files this coming week, review them, make notes to yourself what you know about or what makes sense and what you have no clue what's going on. That's going to require some review by you and some research. This is the pecking order to prepare this case. You should determine the WACC first. Then you should determine the cash flow analysis. Then you should determine the risk analysis. And this is how your spreadsheet will be set up by tab where you'll do all this necessary work. And then we will have a review session on Saturday the 22nd where we can review and go over any questions you might have. Again, you can send me samples of your spreadsheet draft to review and I'll let you know if where you're going and are you going in the right direction. You can send me drafts of your spreadsheet work. You cannot send me drafts of your paper. So as you begin to do this analysis, you can send me samples and I can comment and help you making sure you're on the right track with this analysis. Again, this is part of our course assessment, a key part of our corporate finance assessment, because you're doing the central core of what financial managers do in companies. They decide which products they want to invest in to maximize the return and the value of the company. That process of that strategic thinking is to determine which projects serve them better in this maximizing the value. How can they do an analysis, both quantitative and qualitative, of this product and the product decision that they need to make? A huge part of studying for an MBA degree. Strategic thinking, interpretation of an analysis. So this is what we're going to be doing. And over the next month, and in addition to our other work in financial statement analysis and mergers and acquisitions as our topics coming forward in the next few weeks. So again, if you haven't finished case number two is going to lead into this analysis of the Electrics Incorporated case. And this coming week, week 6, we will pick up our new study on financial statement analysis, which will lead into case number 3, which is the week after next, to do a financial statement review in a PowerPoint format of the companies that you have selected in this course. Well, that's it for this weekend and week number 5. I'll see you all on Monday to review financial statement analysis and begin our second half of study of this class, and also begin preparing our course assessment case, the Electrics Incorporated. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll see you next week.